Welcome back to Loving the Evil, and welcome back to this guy, mystery person. Knowing the kind of game this is, I'm half expecting the cat to be the one I'm actually talking to. Oh, it's you again.
Oh.
Going to talk to your clone again? Yes, that was my plan. Do you have a problem with that? Please, be my guest. Why do you think I brought them to the conference? To meet me? To spy on me? Well, you're not doing a very good job. Usually spies don't announce that they're spies. Anyway, I'm used to having enemies. Whatever your master plan is, you should know that I've gone up against worse than whoever you are. Oh, Abyss. Why do you assume that I'm your enemy? The life of a villain has made you paranoid, hasn't it? Yet you still fail to see the machinations of my plans. Are we finished here? Did you pull me aside just to cryptically taunt me?
Just one more thing. Don't be silly.
You might have a silly little idea in your head that you're going to convince Sibba to try and escape my claws and take them away from me. I'm here to warn you not to entertain such ideas any further. I've already allowed that to happen once, and I shan't again. I have designed and raised Sibba to be absolutely loyal to me. You can't hope to interfere with the bond between a parent and a child, even as a double. That sounds pretty toxic, dude.
Oh.
I see. And you know much about parenting, do you? Enough to know that that's bad. More than you, apparently. Sibba isn't your pet. You should let them make their own choices. And what's wrong with being a pet, More evidence that I'm talking to the cat, not the person in the chair. People treat their pets very nicely. And in return, their pets love them unconditionally. At least that's the way it should work. Wouldn't you like to have a little bed with your name on it, Abyss? That's besides the point. There are some advantages, but that doesn't mean you can just choose to treat someone. Whatever. Sibba's not the same as your cat. It appears I've underestimated how ignorant you still are. Yeah, I'm talking to the cat. But alas, luckily for me, I have a chance to shape a superior version of you.
See you later.
The mysterious person in the chair, in the cat. The mysterious person with the cat zooms away slowly in their floating armchair. Hi there. So I ran into your creepy master again. You know, the one who stole my DNA and cloned me.
Hey!
It's not my fault. I wasn't blaming you. I know, but still. Don't you get tired of being bossed around? Don't you want to rebel sometimes? Or at least be a bit more independent and treated with a little more respect? You don't seem like a minion to me. Please don't use that word. Fine. Hench? Person? I do a lot more than hench, you know. What does that even mean, actually? I don't know. But look, you don't understand. I know things about my master, which you don't. And it was kind of them to let me attend the conference. I haven't been allowed out of the lair in weeks. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Don't you think you should be able to come and go as you please? I understand what you're trying to say, but every time I leave, I just want to go back inside, and vice versa. Something about the way I was raised, I suppose. I don't expect you to understand. Maybe I would understand if you would give me some more information. That's not for me to discuss. Anyway, can't you understand that there can be something nice about being submissive sometimes? I'm not even saying that that's the problem. I'm just saying... Sibba, you deserve rights. You aren't just a toy. That's all. Sometimes... That was a weird conversation. Okay. You approach Nova to see her switched off, with the back of her head casing open to reveal a mess of wires, in which the doctor is digging around with a screwdriver. Did I come at a bad time? No, I'm just installing a minor upgrade. What kind of upgrade? I'm tweaking her cooking algorithm. Unfortunately, lacking no sense of taste or smell makes for a bad chef. That will never do for the perfect wife, now will it? You don't cook? The doctor snorts. Me? Cook? I have more important tasks to attend to. The only time I cook for myself anymore is when I'm brewing up a batch of my prize-winning skeletal dissolution chemicals. Though Nova can usually manage that herself as well these days. Muffins, though, not so much. I can't do all my important thinking without my muffins, can I, Cupcake? The doctor pats Nova's lifeless forehead with his greasy gloves. And since she's the main prototype, the programming will need to be perfect before we activate the main production line. A small spark leaps from Nova's head. There, that should do it. The doctor replaces Nova's head casing and screws it back on. Alright, time to see if she's good for anything. Would you mind pressing her power switch? It's under her chin. You gently trace a line under Nova's chin with your fingertips until you feel a small button. When you push it, her pink eyes light up, very close to yours. They cross cutely to look at what you're doing. Sorry, I was just turning you on. You pull your hand away. Okay, she's speaking Finnish now. I don't speak Finnish, and I'm only 80% sure this is Finnish.
Oops.
That's not quite right. I must have gotten her language wires crossed. The scientist grabs Nova's head, and shakes it with a rattling sound. Alright, now it's in hexadecimal. Cool. I could sit here and very carefully puzzle out what she's saying, but that would make for a boring YouTube. So, cursed machine! The doctor aggressively matches a series of buttons on Nova's back. Suddenly her hand darts back and grabs his arm. His eyes go wide and he struggles to pull it free.
Doctor!
Oh, doctor, thank you. I'm feeling quite well now.
Nova?
Yes, doctor? You can let go of my arm now. Of course. She releases it, and he rubs his wrist tenderly where she had been clutching it. He peers closely into her eyes. Did I damage your language circuits? Is your logic engine still running? Nova, recite a poem for us. Nova's eyes flicker rapidly as she appears to be thinking. Ahem.
Meow.
I programmed her to clear her throat before reciting poetry. Isn't she the most ingenious little toy? She's not a toy either! I'm just getting into a fight with scientists about autonomy. That's this whole series. I didn't mean for that to be this series. But here we go. Nova begins reciting in a serious voice, looking not at the doctor but into your eyes as she does so. I sing the body electric. The armies of those I love engirth me, and I engirth them. They will not let me off till I go with them, respond to them, and discorrupt them, and charge them full with the charge of the soul. Was it doubted that those who corrupt their own bodies conceal themselves? And if those who defile the living are as bad as they who defile the dead? And if the body does not do fully as much as the soul? And if the body were not the soul, what is the soul?
Yes.
Perfect. Ah, Whitman. Don't forget line 68, my dear. Nova pauses for a moment before continuing, now looking at the floor. The female contains all qualities and tempers them. She is in her place and moves with perfect balance.
Yes.
That's right, remember that.
Doctor!
I will, Doctor. Gosh, you're so smart. That's my job, Princess. You're welcome to play with her a bit if you'd like, Abyss. I'm off to see if I can help that succubus see what she's missing. The doctor strolls away. Nova's still looking at the floor. When you look down, you can see two small tendrils of smoke rising from the holes in the carpet where her eyes are locked. Gossip about the staff. I'm curious about some of the beings here. And since you're a professional internet stalker, do you have any tea to spill? I'm afraid not. I installed a pretty solid anti-clumsiness patch last week, and my motor skills are incredibly reliable. I don't think I could spill tea if I tried, nor any other beverage for that matter. I mean, is it okay for me to ask you to gossip about other creatures here? Gossiping is highly evil. Who would you like me to tell you about? The staff members are such interesting characters, but they seem a bit unapproachable. Maybe... Angel. I'm very curious about Angel. Tell me something about Angel, the evil aura. So you know how they spend most of their time in a jar when they're not at work? Someone tried to pickle them once. What? How do you go about pickling a vaguely human-shaped aura? I'm afraid it hasn't been covered in any of the world's existing cookbooks. And why do it? That I don't know. Perhaps they were confused by a recipe that called for distilled spirits? Sure. I wonder what you'd have to say if anyone asked you to gossip about me. Nobody ever has. Don't worry about it. Online encyclopedias. I know you like reading Wikipedia. Do you use all your knowledge to contribute to it at all? Not really. I don't enjoy writing. My programming lacks some essential component that's needed to create a writer. An inability to deal with the real world. Masochistic tendencies. Or maybe just depression. Ouch. Hey. For those of you who are unaware, I am a writer. I have a degree in creative writing. Ouch. In addition to that, my Wikipedia accounts get banned all the time. Oh, is it because you're both so full of information? So it's kind of like Wikipedia's way of dramatically saying there's only room for one of us in the world? I wish it was that. It's because my research assistant duties include updating the doctor's Wikipedia page. And he wants me to update it every few hours at least, with the smallest achievements. One day he asked me to make a separate section listing the days when he had brushed his teeth in the morning. A whole section.
Yes.
With a table for measuring the duration of the brushing, the force of it, and the toothpaste used. It's important for him to mention that he uses toothpaste specifically designed for men. Because men's teeth are clearly different from the rest of the population. It seems to be more about the ego than the teeth. Currently, his toothpaste brand of choice is Sheer Fury of the North Siberian I can't read part of it, hold on. Sorry, my screen froze a little bit and a thing popped up. It's fine. That's very manly indeed. Sorry we didn't get to read all of whatever that said. So wait, does that Wikipedia section actually exist? Of course not. I immediately got banned for trolling. And the doctor assumed it was his jealous competitors trying to sabotage him. Of course. So many of my working hours go into creating new Wikipedia accounts. And you know, they make it really difficult for robots. No matter how long I stare, I can never get the CAPTCHA on my first try. I'd be happy to help you with that. Really? That's something you'd do for me? Anytime. Okay, bye now. Let's check my phone. Anybody talking to me? Literally never. That's fine. Okay, so... I think we've checked all of the rooms at this time period. So let's go bother Siba. So, I'm beginning to understand why it must be difficult to feel like a copy of another person. I am a copy of another person. Not exactly. Do you know what I'm thinking about right now? You're thinking that you can make me feel better somehow. I don't know why. Don't care. Don't need it. Well, okay. But surely there must be some differences between us. Some things which are uniquely you. Maybe. Don't you have something better to do than pester me? I'm just curious. Maybe we can try to figure it out.
Fine.
How do you propose we investigate it? Why don't you tell me something about yourself which you think is oh so special and unique, and I'll tell you why it's not. Okay. I have a very particular scar. Would you like to see? I have a feeling I'm going to, no matter what I say. You pull up your shirt to reveal a gruesome scar on your stomach in the shape of a figure 8. Yikes. Okay, you've made your point. How did you manage to get that? Which one of these would be the most interesting? This one. You made them that angry, huh? What? No, I liked it. Keep it to yourself. Okay, that was less interesting than I thought it would be. I learned nothing about my friend. Okay, I learned very little about my friend. Angel! Let's talk to Angel next time, though. Because this episode is not long, but long enough. Bye-bye. This game's a lot of fun.